This is a newbie lesson on Chinese Pod. My name is John Pasden.
Hello, my name's Di Lu.
And today we have a very interesting, useful lesson for you talking about ages, right?
Yes, and it's also a very basic question.
With a few cultural implications, right?
Yes.
But anyway, we're going to cover the language first, the very important language, and we have a set phrase which is key to our dialogue today, right?
Yes, it is 多大了?多大了?
Okay, 多大了? And this means how old.
Yes, you're right.
All right, and the tones are?
多 is first tone, 大 fourth, and 了 neutral. 多大了?
Okay, and that line is definitely going to appear in our dialogue, so I think we're ready to listen 3 times.
Dialogue first time.
你多大了？
你觉得我多大了？
25岁。
差不多。
Second time.
你多大了？
你觉得我多大了？
25岁。
差不多。
Third time.
你多大了？
你觉得我多大了？
25岁。
差不多。
Learning Chinese is a little overwhelming. Sometimes it even feels like I forget more than I learn. Not sure how that's possible. Maybe I need to take more ginkgo biloba?
Yeah, probably. But have you heard of Chinese Pod? They have an amazing new tool called the Recap app. You can choose 90-second, 3-minute, or 6-minute lesson recaps, whatever fits your schedule. The app even populates itself with the reviews of the lessons you've most recently studied.
Cool. Maybe I don't need to get my head checked.
Maybe.
ChinesePod.com/recap.
Now the translation.
你多大了?
How old are you?
你多大了?
How old are you?
你多大了? 你觉得我多大了?
How old do you think I am?
你觉得我多大了?
How old do you think I am?
你觉得我多大了? 25岁?
25 years old?
25岁?
25?
25岁? 差不多.
More or less. So in this dialogue, we have a guy asking a girl how old she is.
Yes? What's wrong?
All right, well, we'll talk about these cultural issues later. First, let's focus on the language.
All right, the main sentence in this dialogue. 你多大了? 你多大了?
Okay, so we see our key phrase there, but what is the first word that we start with?
你 and I, third tone, and it means you.
Okay, 你 meaning you. So then we want to ask, how old are you? So we say,
你多大了? 你多大了?
okay, 多大了. So that's first, fourth, neutral.
Yes.
Now note the order here. It's not how old are you with you at the end. It's you, how old, right?
Yeah, this is a very big difference between English and Chinese.
So can we hear that a couple more times to drill it in, the word order?
你多大了? I know there are some people will worry about like every individual character's meaning, but actually, let's just remember 多大了 as a set phrase.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the best thing to do if you're just starting out. So 你多大了? How old are you? One other little note here. This is for people asking other people. You could possibly use 多大了 for animals.
For pets, maybe.
Yeah, but it doesn't extend to like all things, like how old is the universe? And
No.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
the trees. Nope.
Okay, so for people and possibly pets. Okay, but anyway, this girl doesn't want to directly answer the question. What does she say?
She says, 你觉得我多大了? 你觉得我多大了?
Okay, so this 你, again meaning you.
对.
And it's followed by
觉得 second and neutral.
So 觉得, that's J-U-E, second tone, right?
Yes.
And then D-E, neutral tone.
Yes. 觉得
So this means think that, feel that. It's used for opinions, right?
Right. When you want to talk about your emotions or your opinions or your feelings.
Or you want to ask people about their opinions, right?
是的。
Okay, so in this case, 你觉得, you think.
And then followed by a word 我 third tone.
Okay, so W-O, third tone, that means I or me, right?
对
So you think I am how old?
啊，是的。
So you think I how old?
Well, yes, literally. 你觉得我多大了？你觉得我多大了？
Okay, so the structure of the sentence makes sense.
And the answer is 25岁。25岁。
So just in case you haven't studied Chinese numbers yet, it's pretty simple. It's made up of 2, 10, and 5 for 25. And then when we say that is
25
fourth, second, and third. 25, right?
Yes.
And then there's a word that means years old, which is
岁 S-U-I, fourth tone.
okay, 岁. So any number you add 岁, and that means years old.
Yes, you're right. 25岁 25岁
So if I wanted to say 5 years old, I could just say,
5岁 5岁
okay, that's my psychological age.
I think it's older. Maybe 20岁
Oh, thank you. Okay, so the guy guesses 25岁 for the girl's age, right?
And probably this girl doesn't really want to tell him. She says 差不多
Okay, 差不多. That's cha, fourth tone, right?
是的
And then bu is neutral, and then duo is first tone.
对差不多
And that means more or less, not off by much.
I guess maybe she's, I don't know, 29?
Yeah, it makes me think that she's actually a little bit older than that, but she doesn't want to admit it.
Maybe.
Okay, anyway, we're going to listen to the dialogue 3 more times and then go into a few more cultural details.
好的
Dialogue first time.
你多大了？
你觉得我多大了？
25岁。
差不多。
Second time.
你多大了？
你觉得我多大了？
25岁。
差不多。
Third time.
你多大了？
你觉得我多大了？
25岁。
差不多。
Hey guys, it's Michael here at Chinese Pod, and we want to say thank you to all of our faithful subscribers. If you're not registered yet, head over to ChinesePod.com now and get 20% off.
We got promo codes. Save your money. Promo codes. Learn Chinese. Register now at ChinesePod.com.
Use promo code GET20 at checkout to get 20% off your first year.
Okay, so once again, the main question is
你多大了？你多大了？
okay, but I think it's important to ask, is this question appropriate all the time in China? Or like, are there certain times we shouldn't ask?
Good question.
I think let's do the easy answer first. Taxi drivers. You can ask these guys anything, right?
Yes, taxi drivers, they ask you that question all the time. But if you don't really want to answer the question, you can just use our dialogue today.
So make them guess.
Yes, and then say 差不多, whatever they guess.
But you can ask them and they won't mind, right?
No, they don't. But you may have to be a little more careful with middle-aged ladies.
They're not so eager to tell you how old they are, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know, I have a full-time job as a teacher in a training school, right?
Uh-huh.
When you teach those basic questions in English. You need to ask like, how old are you? Those kind of questions.
Right.
So I told the students like, if you don't really want to answer, you can just say, I'm 20 years old, 20岁.
Okay, so if middle-aged people, especially middle-aged ladies, don't like answering the question, then you think most young people, it's okay to ask them how old they are?
Well, I cannot say it's definitely, but for younger people, they probably don't mind.
And I think if you're a foreigner asking this question, then
They will be happy to answer you.
Yeah, you kind of have a free pass because, you have different culture and no one really will mind what questions you're asking. They're just happy to be communicating with you.
Well, then I will just encourage our parties to use this dialogue and to ask people around you and see what their reaction are.
Yeah, trial and error. Learn by making mistakes. It's a great way. So once again, the question you want to ask everybody is...
你多大了?你多大了?
All right, and we'll see you guys on ChinesePod.com.
好，再见。
再见。